Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And today I'll be reading the Scaramouche Listener by me. So let's get into it. Your relationship with Scaramouche had a rather rocky start and an even rockier progression. Things were difficult between the two of you. With this being the first relationship for you and Scara, it felt kind of confusing. And to him, it was even more unnerving because he had no idea how a relationship was supposed to be. Even outside of societal norms, he still did not understand it. So, it was difficult trying to guide him, with zero to little experience on your own. But you did your best. However, with Skira, there was a lot of progress to be made. Aside from the whole romance thing, there was his own well-being, physically, mentally, and psychologically. So, it was kind of complicated for him, especially because of how many outbursts he had, and how difficult he was to deal with. No matter how much he tried to be a better person for you, it was not easy for him. He's done a lot, he's hurt many people, and to him, being evil, as much as he was considered to be anyway, it was something that was ingrained in him at this point. Being uncaring, and doing anything to get his way. It was just second nature, and something that would have to be drilled out of him, very slowly, for you to see any progress. However, your love for him always convinced you that you would be able to get past any hurdles, no matter what happened, that nothing in the world could stop you from having this wonderful relationship of yours. But little did you know that love alone could not support a relationship, and neither did your will and determination to keep this going no matter what. No matter how draining it felt, and how exhausting it could be. You just wanted the best for you and Skara. But just because you were doing what's right, it didn't mean that you'd be doing the same too. Skara was getting a little bit scarier lately, unable to control his own emotions and outbursts, getting more angry at people, and sometimes being more snappy towards you. You never thought you could be, really, with how much he tried to be so gentle whenever he talked to you, or just had to be with you on any day and any time. However, I did not see that he could keep this up for so long, especially when it was not part of his nature. At least, the nature he had ingrained into himself. After all, no one's born evil, and no one's born good either. It was all about what you do, with how life shapes you. And Scaramouche had very bad experiences with life, so no wonder he came up that way. However, never in your life would you have expected to be on the receiving end of his anger and rage. But life always follows your expectations sometimes, and this time it decided that it would be one of those times that surprises you and makes you extremely shocked about what was going to happen. You were waiting for him to come home, and he came late, which was okay. That happened quite frequently lately, and you were not worried. But when you came to talk to him, he was angry, shouting at you for distracting him, for being the reason his plans are going so wrong. You had zero idea what he was trying to even get at. What did he mean by this? Surely you haven't done anything. And his anger was unjustified. But when you tried to talk to him and calm him down, he ended up getting mad at you and raised his hand to hit you, which surprised you and scared you too. You couldn't help it because you flinched, bringing up your arms to protect yourself. And that's when Scaramouche was as well, staring at you and down at his own hand. that had threatened to hurt you. He was horrified at himself and what he had just tried to do. This was an instinct, nothing more and nothing less. But he tried to hurt you, and that was the one thing that he swore never to do no matter what. And to think he came so close, to think he almost hurt you, just because he got a little angry. He was disappointed with his own self. And frankly, quite disgusted too. He looked at you and apologized. After a few moments of just staring at you, guilt washing over his face in a way that even you could see, which was a surprise, since he usually was not so expressive. And at least tried to hide those emotions. But he didn't have the energy to. He felt too sorry to care about his own embarrassment and his own feelings. Oyan, you could leave if you want. I won't pressure you to stay with me. Either way, I'm going on a walk. You can tell me what you want to do when I'm back, he said. And that's all you got from him. Before he left, and only came back 3 hours later, and you could see the red-rimmed eyes and the tear streaks on his cheeks. He was crying, for God's sake. He felt so guilty that he started crying and didn't want to come back. But as soon as he came in, he wrapped her arms around him tightly, stroking his hair and telling him that it was just something that so momentarily came over him. Anger was cursed. Anger was the one thing that got control of him sometimes. But nevertheless, he was a good person who tried his absolute best. And he didn't even hit you. He stopped himself, so you could forgive him. And you could even see the guilt over having done nothing, just coming close to doing so. So no way a person like that could have hurt you for real. You had told him. Well, he just chuckled, telling you that you're so naive and too innocent, too good for someone like him, and too good for a cruel world, such as this one that you live in. Skara, I don't care what bullshit you have to say. I know you're dramatic sometimes, but I love you, and I won't listen to anything you have to say right now. I believe in you, and I believe that you're gonna get better, and that you're sorry now. So, I'm willing to forgive you, okay? And next time anything like this happens, or if I notice that you're getting out of line, I'll tell you. I promise. He said, and he liked the determined look on your face, the one that made him fall on you from the very start. So he smiled softly too, burying his face into her neck, nodding into it. Alright, Oyan, I'll give it a chance. Thank you. Don't thank me, you idiot. I love you too.